ready to demonstrate the strengths of Europe's collaboration in the space industry. I therefore wish the best success to the 11th mission.
Three contracts for Vega C are a constellation for Airbus, an Earth observation satellite, and a Cosmo Skymed second generation, which was also built by Thales Space. Separation now of the Z9 third stage. So the main propulsion phase of the flight is now over. We've got away from the Earth, and the upper stage, the AVUM or AVUM, is getting ready to switch on its engine in roughly 1 minute. The flight path takes us north, heading up over the Caribbean, along the east coast of the US and Canada. And we cross the Arctic and come back down to the west coast of Australia. And he's announcing that we are picking up the signal at the ground station in Bermuda. It's a Caribbean island, and we're using telemetry to track the vehicle. During the flight, Vega sends information to ground stations along its path. And they send that data here to the teams at the Guyana Space Center, which allows Arianespace to monitor the flight in real time. The upper stage is waiting to switch on its engine. Here we go. Scheduled. And we have confirmation that the AVUM upper stage has now switched its engine on for the first of 2 burns. It's going to burn for nearly 8 minutes. So we started the next phase of the journey. Observation from space is vital for helping us to better understand our planet, and the Mohammed 6A satellite will play an important part in that. Morocco is a modern society focused on the future with a very real commitment to environmental principles. And of course they hosted COP22 in Marrakesh this time last year. And if you've been to Morocco, you will know that it is a truly magnificent country with mountains, beaches, deserts, and it has a rich and important biodiversity and a long cultural history spanning several thousand decades. It's blessed with breathtaking landscapes.
La trajectoire est normale.
Very beautiful country. And during that film, we picked up the signal in Saint-Hubert or St. Hubert, which is the tracking station in Quebec in Canada. The town of St. Hubert is just outside Montreal. And actually, the aerospace industry is important there. The Canadian Space Agency, I believe, has its head office in the borough. The Mohammed 6A satellite is the result of very important collaboration between Europe's two biggest space industries. Thales Alenia Space as system prime contractor and Airbus as co-prime. Here's the CEO of Thales Alenia Space, Jean-Louis Gall.
I'm delighted and very proud to share with you this exceptional moment in the life of the space program, the launch of a satellite. The Mohammed 6A satellite will be an important infrastructure for the Kingdom of Morocco, availing itself of a very powerful Earth observation system for civil and government applications. Undoubtedly, this satellite will boost the Moroccan economy and will be the first step towards an installation comprising two satellites built by Thales Alenia Space as prime contractor of the consortium and Airbus as co-prime. On behalf of our industrial consortium and of the Thales Group, I'd like to extend my warmest thanks to the Kingdom of Morocco for the trust placed with us, as well as the teams of Thales Alenia Space, Airbus, Ariane Space, and all our industrial partners for their tremendous work and quality of cooperation. This demonstrates the excellence of the French industry in this field.
And today is the 150th time that Ariane Space has launched a satellite that Thales Alenia Space has built. And there are 15 more Thales Alenia Space satellites in the order book, so it's a very long and fruitful relationship. Coming up to 15 minutes into the flight, nearly 300 kilometers above our Earth. We've travelled a distance along the ground of 5,000 kilometers, and our speed is nearly 8 kilometers per second, ladies and gentlemen. That's fast. We're burning the Avum upper stage. It's getting ready to switch its engine off in roughly a minute's time. It actually uses a clever system called Orbit Optimized Guidance Attitude to stay on track. It continually recalculates its position to make sure that it's exactly on the right course. And then if it deviates, it corrects its position and comes back to the correct trajectory. And we have confirmation there that the Avum upper stage has now switched off its engine. So we're entering what's called the first ballistic phase, and ballistic means without propulsion. So we're traveling high enough and fast enough to cruise without the engine, which we're doing for about 36 minutes. And if you might have noticed back there that the upper composite, that's what we call the upper stage with the satellite attached, was actually rotating. And that's because it's in what we call the barbecue phase. Rotating as if on a spit to maintain thermal homogeneity, to keep even temperatures. As you can imagine, it's very hot when you're facing the sun and very cold when you're facing space. So the Avum upper stage will switch its engine on again 52 minutes after liftoff for a second burn. But for now, we're going to take a break and come back to you roughly 10 minutes before Avum switches its engine back on again. And our live commentary will resume at 2:26 in the morning Universal Time. That's in Morocco as well, Morocco time. And that's 11:26 in the evening here in Kourou. We'll see you back here in 26 minutes and leave with a replay of that beautiful launch.
Perte attendue de la télémesure lanceur pour environ 31 minutes.